Hello and welcome to another episode of Frugal Finance. Today I just wanted to have a quick review of Voxpopme. So this is an app where you can kind of film yourself doing responses to various questions and things. So basically they ask you things like, well, the initial question everybody gets, a bit like Tom from MySpace, is do you like Pepsi or do you like Coca-Cola? So you basically do a little video of yourself answering that question. So I like Coke and the reasons why, or like Pepsi and the reasons why. You upload that as long as you meet the certain criteria, so you've got good lighting, you've got kind of your shoulders in, you speak clearly and all that kind of stuff, then they basically pay you for your response. And the payments range from 25p up to 60 odd p, depending on what you're doing, and it's quite a useful tool just to fill in between. So I just want to jump on over into the review of the app and some of the data and some of the experiences that I've had with it. So without further ado, let's just jump in. But before we do that, if you could just smash the like button. It's a little picture of a thumb down the bottom here, but down the bottom here. Literally just click on that, it goes blue, and then that shows YouTube that you like the video, and then it might hopefully pump this out to a wider audience, and then other people can start to download this app and then use it and then gain some side income, which then they can use to reinvest or save or whatever it is they want to do with that. But it is effectively money for a little bit of your time. At the end of the day, often we're doing nothing at the various points in the day, so why wouldn't you want to earn a few quid? So please don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, and with that said, let's get stuck in. So this is Voxpopme. So basically this is an app that you download, as I described, and you basically do various video things. So you can see here, I've done a number of the questions. So things like, what do you think about Voxpopme? Tell us about your last takeaway. Various other questions you can see. How do you find online shopping? Tell us about the last time you ordered fast food, all that kind of stuff. So also I have a few here where my son got involved with it because there were some questions that they wanted to ask him, so obviously I do owe him a few pounds or whatever he wants in exchange for that. But essentially you can see that there are loads and loads of them, and you can even see this one here, just for fun, what is your favourite season and why? You can see I'm wearing my bike helmet. That was when I was queuing up to bank some cheques at the local bank, and I had nothing else to do. So there's a good example of what the actual app can offer you. So in terms of the issues that I've had, currently you'll see I've got £4.90 in here. So one of the first things that I would say is a downside to the app is that you've got to earn £10 before you can actually withdraw your money, which isn't a major deal. It's a reasonably significant sum of money. But I actually withdrew some money, you'll see here, £14.09 on the 10th of February, and we've come on to a reason why I did that. So yeah, you can see throughout the month, if you join the £14.09 with the £4.90 that I've earned there, that's around about £19. So I've earned just under £20 by doing that. So that's fine, and I earned a few pounds from this invite code as well, which is in the link in the description below. There's a link for that, so if you do want to do this particular app, please do feel free to use that link. You get £1 and I get £1 as soon as you started using it. So what have been the issues? So the main issue that I've had is actually it started off very well, as in on the 1st of February, I've run this for a month now, I was getting a steady flow of questions. I even got a referral payment there, and it was going along pretty okay until, ironically, I got this issue here on the 4th of February. So I got this one not accepted, and that was partly because we misunderstood the question. The question was actually about ladies' time of your month products, but actually the question was, have you heard of reusable products? If so, which ones, and how did you hear about them? Obviously we talked about reusable bags, straws, all those kind of things, but actually it was reusable ladies' thing. So clearly my son is not in a position to answer that question. So that got rejected. And then since then, you'll see I got one on the 5th of February, then the 8th, then the 10th, 12th, and then nothing really. I had a few on the 10th, 12th, one on the 15th, 16th, 18th, 19th. And, you know, it's a reasonably steady flow of them, but you can see that they're quite few and far between in comparison to at the beginning when I started, the 1st of February. You can see there's actually, whatever that is, about 10 of them all on the 1st of February, possibly even more. And then the 3rd of February, and then 4th, and so on. And so I found it a little inconsistent. So I think my target was to try and sort of, I don't know, earn, you know, £5 a day, £10 a day or something like that. But the reality is you are a bit beholden upon the questions. And you see here, this is quite a common thing for me. Nothing to see here, and occasionally there is a survey in here. So what you have to do is complete manual surveys about your age, interests, all that kind of stuff, and then they tailor make the questions around you. So if you haven't got anything in here, you can't do anything. So that's fine. I also got this message up a few times, which obviously it bleeps up on your phone saying there's a new survey. You click on it and then it's already gone. Now I know in the small print it does say that in reality sometimes these surveys are only meant for like 100 people or something, but I'm on my phone most of the time and it will flash up and I literally click on it and it takes me straight through. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good app, and actually a really useful way of like making use of your time and earning a few pounds throughout the month. So obviously here I've earned £20, which I've put back into the market. I've bought some ANGNC stock with that, which will hopefully grow and then also pay me a dividend. So this is obviously tax-free money, so it's all accumulative. So, you know, in a way, this is a really good system to use. Now, I'll just leap on over to the other app that was recommended to me. So this one, Atapol. This one is a lot more time consuming, in my opinion. You have to fill in these surveys here, and they rate them by giving them kind of stars in quality of service, if you like. And the reason for that is because you can spend 15 minutes filling this one in here for 22p, which is arguably not a good use of your time, for it to only get rejected at the last minute. But there are often lots of ones with 5 stars on and things like that and surveys. And I had about £7 out. So I've made almost £11 out of doing this. So it's a bit more time consuming in my opinion, but the reality is that you know, it's still £11 for nothing when I would have been doing other things. And a slight trick that I've learned with this is often when you click, say, these ones that are low rated stars, when you start them, it says here we'll give you 1p for starting this survey. Then the survey doesn't load, or it does load, or you think, well, I'm probably not going to get all the way through because the criteria to get to the end is pretty bespoke, if you like. You've got to have the moons of Jupiter aligned in order to get your 15p. But you can say here, surveys broken, lost interest page. So I often click just lost interest. I mean, you can see there, it didn't even load. And, you know, I got a penny basically for clicking on it. You don't get that with all of them, but obviously, you know, there I've just earned 2p and your balance goes up by 2p. So I hope that gives you a really good insight into the kind of Voxpopme and the Atapol apps, and you know, gives you some kind of pros and cons, if you like. Obviously the big pro is you're getting paid to do surveys whilst perhaps you were doing other things, sat on a bus or walking down the street or queuing in for paying in your checks like I described. So, you know, there are numerous advantages to it, but I do think that, you know, when you're getting paid 15p for 20 minutes of your time, it is not a productive use of most people's time, even if you are, you know, perhaps you know, waiting in a queue or something, doing literally nothing else. You could probably check the stock market, maybe look at the future strategies or something like that. That might be an even better production of your time or usage of your time. But the Voxpopme one is quite simple because you don't have to actually sit there and click and next and so on like the Atapole one, and that can be quite clumsy. The Voxpopme one is literally just hold your phone up, talk into it. As long as you're happy and you're good with the response and you press the upload, that's it, they check it and then you get paid. I much prefer that one. I find it much more simpler, if you like. Obviously standing in a queue doing that's going to take some sort of the right type of person to do that. There'll be a lot of people that will want to stand and making a fool of themselves in their opinion, but I don't mind doing that. I'm standing there with a bicycle helmet on, for Pete's sake, so I'm not really that bothered whether people think I'm being a bit silly on my phone. Obviously you can have your speakers in if you want, your headphones or something, but people are still going to hear what you're saying. So I think they're pretty good ways of doing a little side hustle. Obviously that's £20 a month, 240 quid a year from Voxpopme, plus a tenner for the other one. So yeah, 360 quid a year if you can keep that up. Obviously they do have their problems where there often aren't the surveys to do. Often you're only earning 1p from Atapole, so that's a very slow accumulative, but all in all I think a really good idea. But I wouldn't put your heart and soul into kind of filling every single survey in, especially with the Atapole thing and with the Voxpopme thing. Obviously, there is that kind of carrot and a donkey, I think, to start with. They get you very interested in the app and then maybe things peter off a little bit. And I suppose there's only so many questions they can ask you once they've got your kind of user profile. You're this age, you're this sex, you live in this area, you earn this amount of money, you're interested in these things. If there aren't manufacturers or companies wanting the information on that, then there are going to be no surveys. So I suspect once you've filled that in, they really need to wait for the other things. So I think that's hopefully pretty useful to you. If you would please do smash the like button. If you'd like to subscribe, please do that as well. I said do because that will help you find further videos that I do on YouTube and when I release new ones. The like button also helps the YouTube algorithm pick up on the fact that this video is popular or getting more popular, and then it comes out to a wider audience. It will help more people. So with that said, please do smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want a free share, use the descriptions below and there's various links. Please do feel free to comment on the video. And with that said, I shall see you next time.